This movie delivered everything I ever wanted from it. From the fantastic action sequences to the comedy, the dynamic between Marcus and Mike, side characters really having their own moments to shine. What else can I want from this movie? Oh yeah, there were a couple of surprise cameos as well. Welcome back, Visionaries. Let's talk about the latest installment in this franchise, Bad Boys Ride or Die. Here's a quick plot synopsis. Captain Conrad is being framed for a crime he did not commit. Both our bad boys and his daughter, played by the incredible Rhea Seehorn, fantastic actress by the way, she was amazing in Better Call Saul playing Kim Wexler, are not happy about it. Marcus and Mike, with the help of Armando, went on a mission to prove his innocence. Let's begin with the good. Martin Lawrence as Marcus is probably the best part of this film. He steals every scene he is in. In fact, Marcus was what got the most reaction out of my audience. Every time he says something, you know it's going to be really funny. He has this idea that his time has not yet come and he cannot die, and watching that play out throughout the entire movie was really entertaining. There are all sorts of rated R jokes in this movie, and I'm happy they didn't hold back. Marcus just elevated this movie with his comedy, and I liked how they referenced the Will Smith slap in this movie as well. Now, I'm not sure if I'm reading too much into it. I'm not really sure if that was a reference, but it did feel like a reference to me. And let's talk about the action. The action in this movie is incredible. The directors, just like how they did with the previous movie, knew exactly how they wanted the movie to be, and with the help of the cinematographer managed to achieve these shots. There's so many one-take shots, just drones flying around, POV shots, action that feels very close and personal, especially the elevator sequence, and even shaky cam, which I'm not a fan of. But I don't think it was handled that badly as compared with other films, because in this movie you can still see what's going on even though there's a lot of shaking. They really do get you hyped up and excited whenever it's going to happen. My personal favorite action sequence in this movie goes to the elevator sequence, just because of how creative and tension-filled it was. If you look at behind the scenes of this movie, you can also see their commitments and dedication to practical shots when it comes to these action sequences over visual effects, and that's something that's really awesome as well. Will Smith as Mike. Now, I know Will Smith hasn't had the best track record in light of recent events at the Oscars.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
But that does not tarnish my perspective of him as a charming, charismatic and talented actor. I mean, you can say he's not a nice person. I feel betrayed because I looked up to him, and my question to you is, why do you even look up to celebrities? You know they are the number one people not to look up to. Do you know how many celebrities have gotten into so much trouble? Like, seriously, stop. Don't look up to celebrities. It's not a good thing. He may not be a nice person, but still, he's a very talented actor, and he was just incredible in this movie. One thing I thought was really cool was his panic attack. It shows that he has more important people in his life that he can't afford to put at risk, that he can't afford to lose, and he also cherishes his life more now. Because again, he has more important people in his life. I mean, what's with so many great movies nowadays having these panic attack characters? Firstly, it was Puss in Boots 2, then it was Riley in Inside Out 2, now this. Like, damn, man. Then side characters. Side characters got a lot of chance to shine here. There are some really great side characters in this movie. Reggie, for example, was really amazing. He had a small screen time, and yet he managed to steal every second he was in. Rhea Seehorn was also incredible. She's a newcomer but still great. And Armando, the son of Mike, was also amazing. One last thing I wanted to mention was the character dynamics and relationship that developed throughout the film. Not just between Mike and Marcus, but also between Mike and his own son Armando, and I like how the relationship moves forward, how it develops in this film. Then let's talk about the drawbacks. The villain was kind of okay, I guess. He didn't really do much other than normal villain stuff, typical villain stuff, let's say. So it wasn't really something special or different or whatever. It just felt very basic. So I was kind of underwhelmed there. Then we have to talk about certain side characters. I mean, there are certain side characters that I thought really didn't have much to do in the movie, so I was underwhelmed there. And for my last one, I have to talk about the plot convenience. There was a very big plot convenience in this movie, because if that didn't happen, the movie wouldn't have happened. I get that, you know, when it comes to this kind of movies, you don't really care about the plot convenience or the story problems or whatsoever, but it did bother me a bit, so I had to mention it. Overall, I'm very satisfied with this movie. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it is a solid Bad Boys movie filled with some great action sequences, great comedy, and has a great duo in it. And definitely go check it out in theaters. You will not regret it. If you like this video, click the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe to my channel, and see you guys next time. You guys are always the best.